former President Donald Trump weighed in on the surprise firing of former Fox News host Tucker Carlson. Here is a statement. Here's his, I guess, comments on it on Newsmax.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. He's a very good person, a very good man, and very talented, as you know, and he had very high ratings. So we're just learning about it almost as we speak. You and I just said, wow, that was something. That's a big one. I don't know if it was voluntary or was it somebody fired, but I think Tucker's been terrific. He's been, especially over the last year or so, he's been terrific to me.
He's very good, man. Very high ratings. Very terrific. Terrific to me. Very terrific. Oh yes, he's terrific to you. You know, to your face. But as we've talked about, private messages made public in the Dominion Voting Systems defamation lawsuit that Fox News settled. Tucker Carlson did not reciprocate the love. There was no private love fest. They were not writing love letters to each other. In fact, here is some of the examples of the text messages. Carlson wrote this in a January 2021 text saying, quote, "We are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I hate him passionately." Tell us how you really feel, Tucker. Please. I'm not sure if that's, you know, it seems like you're kind of being a little wishy-washy with that. You might want to be a little bit more clear whether or not you really have positive or negative feelings towards Donald Trump. Oh, wait. Hating him passionately. Oh, yeah, that's pretty clear. Okay. There's more. There's more. He also went after Trump's presidency, saying, quote, "We're all pretending we've got a lot to show for it, because admitting what a disaster it's been is too tough to digest. But come on, there really isn't an upside to Trump." Hey, it's one of the few times that I agree with Tucker Carlson. Weird. Really not much of an upside to Trump. There's more. In text early on the morning of January 7th, 2021, a day after the Capitol riots, Carlson and his longtime producer, former producer, Alex Pfeiffer, had went after MAGA supporters for believing Trump's election lies. Quote, this is from Pfeiffer, "They take the president literally. He is to blame for everything that happened today." Carlson replied, "The problem's a little deeper than that, I'd say. Obviously, the problems are deep, but at the core of it is Trump saying it was stolen," wrote Pfeiffer. "Not the core," Carlson wrote. "Awful, but a symptom." Pfeiffer also had, by the way, referred to Trump supporters as cousin effing terrorists. You know. I mean, in some cases.
Oh my God, he admitted.
He ain't wrong on some of those people. Okay, but anyway, I know. Later, Carlson writes of Trump, quote, "He is a demonic force, a destroyer.
It's the devil, okay?
But he's not going to destroy us. I've been thinking about this every day for 4 years." Will the real Tucker Carlson please stand up? Because that's who he is right there. And not the guy who is simping for Donald Trump, being an absolute beta male. I'm just saying. Funny enough, going back to that comment where he said Trump's a demonic force, a destroyer, but he's not going to destroy us. He was wrong about that. Well, kind of wrong about that. Donald Trump did not destroy Fox News, but it destroyed the career of Tucker Carlson. So then, with that said, and these texts are public, Donald Trump knows about them, and I'll get to that part. But why is Donald Trump then saying all of these nice things about Tucker Carlson? Well, I'm going to guess there's a few different reasons. First off, the fact that Tucker Carlson was fired, most likely because of his public endorsement of Donald Trump's election lies. So I say public endorsement, but remember, behind the scenes, he didn't believe a damn word of it. Just about nobody at Fox News, except for, I believe, Maria Bartiromo and Ginny Pirro, actually were believers in Donald Trump's election lies. Everybody else was like, no, this is utter BS. Yeah, of course that's not true. And there are, by the way, texts between Pfeiffer and Tucker Carlson that show that. In fact, Tucker Carlson had also been very, very angry and had called out the Venezuela lady.
In Venezuela.
Sidney Powell, because she's insane. And he's, in those text messages, he was especially brutal towards her. And then even on the air, had challenged her on her insane election lies, which came from someone who claims to have been internally decapitated and had learned about Venezuela and the ghost of Hugo Chavez stealing the election for Biden from listening to the wind.
Wind.
I'm not kidding. That's a real story. That's where Sidney Powell got her expert testimony and information. Expert. Did I mention I think that she was a cactus artist? Yeah. So, floppy dead fish. Not the Kraken. Wind. Okay, so look, now, let me go here to the LA Times. People familiar with the situation told Stephen Battaglio of the LA Times that Rupert Murdoch himself ended up making the call, along with, of course, Suzanne Scott, CEO of Fox News, for a couple of different reasons. Murdoch, according to that reporting, was responding to the suit filed against Carlson and other executives by a former producer named Abby Grossberg that alleges a work environment that subjugates women based on vile sexist stereotypes. Sexism at Fox News? Oh, no, I would have never imagined. We're going to find out who did this, who made this sexism. Oh, right. It was the culture at Fox News for the entirety of its run. Again, Roger Ailes had run it, set that culture from the top. And even though, he is now gone, died a few years ago, that culture continued with a lot of these hosts. Tucker Carlson being one of them. And again, that culture does not change overnight. Now, Murdoch also apparently was tired of Tucker Carlson's conspiracy theories about the January 6, 2021 riots at the Capitol. The Washington Post, citing another anonymous source, also reported that Carlson's communications unearthed by Dominion were part of the reason for his departure, where he went after, again, Trump executives, tried to get a reporter fired for reporting actual information. I know. How dare you do your job? How dare you do journalism? We don't do that here. We're not allowed to do that here. So, look, publicly backing Trump's lies, but in private, not so much. Not so much. Now, by the way, look, he had also put out this huge supposed documentary, more like a fake-umentary, where, he basically amplified the lies about Ray Epps. Ray Epps came out just recently in again, he was a former Trump supporter, came out recently, did a whole, sit down with 60 Minutes and was like, Tucker Carlson's literally trying to destroy my life. Like, right-wingers, like, he's like, I'm a Trump supporter, or I was a Trump supporter, I believed in Make America Great Again. And now, like, there's unhinged other Trump supporters that are, like, threatening me. They're coming after me. They're trying to destroy my life. Hey, well, that's what happens. That's not to say that the things that are happening to him are good. I don't like the things that are happening to them, and I don't want them to happen to anybody. But I'm just saying, it's like, the leopards ate your face. You didn't think the leopards? You were one of the leopards. Are you surprised that the other leopards are not going to come after your face? They always come after your face. The leopards will always turn on each other. It's what happens. It's common. Apparently. So, but anyway. Now, the other reason, getting to the other reasons why Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump was so very nice to Tucker Carlson. That's because Carlson got on his knees and begged Donald Trump privately after those texts come out. Carlson had been interviewed by a right-wing radio host named Bo Snerdley. Isn't that the guy who worked with Rush Limbaugh? Snerdley! Snerdley! Get me my coffee, Snerdley! Oh, well, apparently he's moving up. Somewhat. But on that podcast, or radio broadcast, whatever, Carlson said, I love Trump. And that he was enraged that the messages were released and had to field a phone call from a wounded Trump to explain himself. Quote, I said this to Trump when he called me, all wounded about those texts. That was a moment in time where I was absolutely infuriated. And those were all grabbed completely illegitimately, in my opinion. So wait, no, the big problem is, how dare they take the things that I say and release them? That was so illegitimate of you to take the things that I said privately to my producer and my coworkers and use it against me. I mean, I totally said those things, but Donald Trump was never supposed to see it. It was private. Inappropriate. Now, the last reason, by the way, is, let me go back to what I was saying earlier, okay? And this gets into more of what I believe I know about Donald Trump's pathology, the way his brain works. I know, right? I have a great brain, the best brain, the most tremendous brain. He gives it away. You see, one of the things that Donald Trump respects the most goes back to his obsession with television, specifically ratings. Tucker Carlson had high ratings. Look, you go back and you look at the things that Donald Trump focuses on. If you get high ratings, Donald Trump will respect you. I don't know why, but maybe it goes back to the fact that, he was on TV for a while and that was drilled into his head. Ratings, ratings, ratings. Got to get high ratings. It doesn't matter. You get high ratings and that means you're popular. People love you. So what do you think one of his favorite attacks against, for example, cable news hosts who don't like him are very low-rated TV hosts. Low-rated morning Joe. Very boring. He's obsessed. So you put all those reasons together, and it makes sense why Donald Trump would be sticking up for a guy who, again, privately hates his guts. That said, I wonder how Tucker Carlson feels today, knowing that helping Trump by helping to spread those conspiracy theories actually helped him get fired. I mean, fuck around and find out, I guess.
Fired! Fired!